Another Hurricane Nate could be heading for Florida. Hurricane season isn't over yet. Tropical Depression 16 formed this morning, October 4, in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. The National Hurricane Center forecasts it could hit Florida as a hurricane on Sunday. The depression, located about 45 miles west-southwest of San Andres Island off the coast of Nicaragua, has had maximum sustained winds of 35 miles per hour. The government of Nicaragua has issued a tropical storm warning for the coast from Sandy Bay Sirpi north to the Honduras border. Honduras has issued a warning for the coast from Punta Castilla east to the Nicaraguan border. The forecast for a tropical storm Nate, Depression 16, is forecast to continue move northwest at about 7 miles per hour and become Tropical Storm Nate by tonight. The storm is expected to approach the coast of Nicaragua Thursday, move across the country to eastern Honduras by the end of the day, and emerge into the northwestern Caribbean Sea early Friday. The latest forecast map from the NHC shows Nate nearing Florida's northwestern coast early Sunday. The center predicts the storm will hit land near Tallahassee, which managed to escape the worst of Hurricane Irma's devastation last month. A very active hurricane season. We are in the middle of a particularly active hurricane season. In September, for the first time in recorded history, 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic simultaneously threatened land. Hurricane Irma broke dozens of meteorological records. By mid-September, the total number of named storms in the Pacific and Atlantic was pacing ahead of the previous busiest hurricane seasons, 2012 and 2005. The high hurricane activity this year isn't entirely unexpected. Weather experts predicted the 2017 Atlantic season would have more named storms than usual because of a combination of a weak El Niño, above-average ocean surface temperatures, and weaker vertical wind shear. There's a little under 2 months left in this year's hurricane season, which ends November 30. The context of global warming. Climate activists say now is the time to talk about climate change. Warmer ocean temperatures, not necessarily increasing the total number of storms, are almost certainly magnifying their destructive potential, making them more powerful for longer periods of time. Hurricanes need the energy from warm, humid air above tropical waters to keep up their strength. Warm air rises around the storm center and cools, and the moisture condenses to form clouds and rain. Condensation releases latent heat, which powers hurricanes. Warm air can also hold more moisture, which means more rain, and more floods. How to track Tropical Storm Nate. You can track the progress of Depression 16 as it forms into Tropical Storm Nate using this helpful tool from Nike, by selecting the storm name in the top left. A tropical depression approaching the coast of Nicaragua was forecast to become Tropical Storm Nate overnight, the National Hurricane Center reported Wednesday evening, October 4. As of 10 p.m., the storm was moving northwest about 6 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds were 35 miles per hour. The storm will move across northeastern Nicaragua and eastern Honduras late Thursday, forecasters said. The center is expected to approach the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula late Friday. The system should emerge into the northwestern Caribbean on Friday and move into the Gulf later in the day. The system was forecast to continue strengthening over the Gulf of Mexico and could affect portions of the northern Gulf Coast as a hurricane this weekend, with direct impacts from wind, storm surge, and heavy rainfall, the Hurricane Center said. The Hurricane Center's report said residents along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana to Florida should monitor the progress of this system for the next several days. In the meantime, heavy rainfall was expected in parts of Nicaragua, Honduras, Costa Rica and Panama, with life-threatening flash floods and mudslides, the Hurricane Center said. Elsewhere, a trough of low pressure interacting with an upper-level low was producing a broad area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms across southern Florida, the northwestern and central Bahamas, central Cuba, and the adjacent Atlantic waters. Strong upper-level winds are expected to inhibit development of this system while it moves west-northwestward over the eastern Gulf of Mexico during the next couple of days. However, locally heavy rainfall, some coastal flooding, and strong gusty winds, especially in squalls, are likely over portions of the Bahamas and Florida through the end of the week.